We are now just 114 days away from the official release of Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker by writer and director J.J. Abrams and Chris Terrio, as well as creator George Lucas. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, what's really intriguing about Episode 9 is that yes, just yesterday on Good Morning America, we got the official teaser trailer number 2 of The Rise of Skywalker, where we got our very first look at Dark Rey. And a lot of people have been very curious about Dark Rey as to exactly what's really going on here with that character and how it's going to be utilized into the story. Is it a Rey clone? Is it a mirror vision? Or is Rey literally turning to the dark side? Which I'm honestly so on. I'm not quite sure if that's really the case here. I really do feel that this is a form of misdirection by J.J. Abrams, as they do this a lot with the teaser trailers, kind of similar to what they did with Rey and the crossguard saber in The Last Jedi. But moving on, what's really intriguing about this, I wanted to go over a big hint here of Rey versing herself as Dark Rey. Now, you guys may recall that J.J. Abrams is going to have many different parallels to, of course, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi, Revenge of the Sith. Those top 3 movies will have a lot of parallels in, of course, The Rise of Skywalker. In this particular scene, I want to go over to the moment in which we get to see Dark Rey igniting her double-bladed lightsaber. Now, as you can see, we do see her igniting it here and snapping it downward, because it has a hinge in the middle. I want you guys to focus all the way over to the right. You will see something or somebody moving backward as she ignites and pretty much unsnaps that lightsaber. And what's really interesting about that is that if you look at the top right corner, it almost looks like as if it's like perhaps the chin of Rey or the bottom half portion of Rey's face. You can see a little bit of clothing there backing up from, of course, the actual right portion of the screen. Now, this is not a shadow. This is not just smoke or anything like that. This is some kind of fabric moving backward. And without a doubt, I've always said this, that ever since I saw the footage of Rey using the double-bladed lightsaber, I really feel like that this is going to be another version of course, Luke Skywalker versus Darth Vader on Dagobah, where in this scenario we have, of course, Rey fighting her dark side self, or at least confronting herself of what she may become, kind of similar to what we saw with, of course, Luke Skywalker's face being implanted into Darth Vader's helmet that blows off. So, that being said, alright, this particular background of the actual scene, it almost reminds me of the mirror cave from The Last Jedi. You can see that there's a lot of reflections in here. You can see the cracks. This could be stone, but for some reason, I don't know about you guys, it almost looks like it's made out of glass or something around those lines, right? So, I'm going to try to flip this, and if you guys can now go ahead and look over to the left, you may be able to see it better, actually. I'm going to slow it down again. You can see that as we go through this, that she backs up, and there's somebody or something backing up. Most likely that is, of course, Rey. Now, The Rise of Skywalker is said to, of course, include many different parallels, like I said, to the originals and the prequels, and a lot of fans are just very intrigued about what's really happening between, Dark Rey and what's really happening between, of course, the character of Rey and The Rise of Skywalker. How is director J.J. Abrams really going to approach this in the film? That's the biggest question of all open on the table for discussion right now. Now, on top of all of this, we do know that she actually has a ring on her left hand, I believe it is. It's a black ring. It's not the same exact one as Snoke's. I know a lot of people have been suggesting that, but it's actually a completely different ring. It's very thin and divided into 2 parts. It has a space in between, and it looks like that there's a black gem on top of it. Now, that ring, we do know that this ring is going to play a vital role in the plot of Episode 9, and that it is going to be very important for Rey's character development. So the fact that it's going to have an important presence in The Rise of Skywalker really does speak volumes by J.J. Abrams and George Lucas, Chris Terrio, you name it, what they're really trying to do with this movie in order to really give the fans a very unique and original experience that they have never seen before on the big screen, especially for the character of Rey, who she really is, and where she actually comes from. So, Dark Rey, like I say, her looking at somebody or something backing up most likely is the regular version of Rey herself. We do know that J.J. Abrams loves The Empire Strikes Back, and that he actually wanted to put a lot of parallels from The Empire Strikes Back into The Rise of Skywalker. That was one of his big plans for this movie as well, and that's exactly what we are going to see. In fact, one of the flashback scenes that were filmed over at Pinewood and, of course, Cardington involved Mark Hamill lifting the X-Wing out of the water on Octu and then letting go and just letting it drop into the ocean, giving us kind of like a reverse of what happened in Empire Strikes Back in the form of a flashback for Luke. So you could already see right then and there of what they're trying to do, of really making this basically a mirror version of the past 8 Star Wars movies, where a lot of it's going to be mostly inspired by Empire, Return of the Jedi, and Revenge of the Sith, while also throwing in tons of Star Wars Legends material and original story aspects. And I think that's one of the more inspiring things about Episode 9 so far. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.